That whole side was flooded. It's totally out of control. You can't control it. It just happens. But nobody anticipated the rain coming.
Hans Coleridge and his wife Laurie Green have been living right here by the Wheaton River for several decades. The couple says they have seen the water's levels getting higher and higher, and they believe it's because it's been raining more.
We had rain that are torrential downpours for 3 days in a row. It was tropical rainstorms, so thunder showers where the whole sky opens up, and the river was dropping as it should have been for the time of the year, and then all of a sudden it was higher than, this is only the third time I've seen it this high ever since in the whole time I've lived here.
More rain is in part what has been changing in the Yukon due to climate change, according to Benoit Turcotte, a hydrologist. He says some floods are now caused almost entirely by rain in the summer rather than by snowmelt. Sheila Alexandrovich, who also lives by the Wheaton River, says she's used to flooding in spring, but now it's less predictable.
You get storms that are so huge that you will flood in July, or you'll flood in August, or you'll flood in September. The first 2 days of rain we had went into the ground because it was so dry. So sometimes the ground will absorb it, but once the ground is saturated, if you get a big storm, like now, it's still pretty saturated. So if we get big storms now, we could come right over the banks again. I don't know how you prepare.
With more rain expected in the coming days, where does that leave the Wheaton River Bridge and the properties nearby? The government says it's not expecting the bridge to collapse, but it doesn't have a timeline for when it will fully reopen the road that was washed out. Meanwhile, the three residents say that even with flooding, they intend to stay there, close to nature. Virginie, CBC News, Mount Lorne.